So how old you were when you went to state prison?
When I first went to state prison, I was 21.
21?
Yeah.
How that experience was?
Man, I was so young. It was like, shit, I think I went to youth offender camp, so I went to Lancaster.
Did you go through Butler or you went through OCI?
Well, I went through OCI, but then by me going up in the Panhandle, I had to go through Butler too.
So how that experience was going through OCI the first time as a jitterbug?
It was all right because you know we was what we call youthful offenders. So when you're a youthful offender, like, you know, that's when they give you the little milk and all that shit in the morning. So it was all right because you had other young dudes. So you know you young at the time.
How old you were?
I was 21.
The first time you went to prison?
Yeah.
Was you intimidated by the correction officers?
No, not really. When I went to Butler, I had heard so many myths. Till now, when I went there, I was like, man.
Kicking your teeth out.
Yeah.
Good
But,
job.
bro, listen. They done whooped a few of them up there.
Right.
Man, we was going to chow one day, man. Man, I seen it was a dude, bro. He fucked around and looked at the woman. Bro.
What they call it, reckless eyeballs?
Bro. White dude walked up and slapped him so hard, man. That shit was crazy.
Overhand.
Open hand.
Boy.
Man, slapped him so goddamn hard, man. That shit was crazy, man.
And you had to stand there and take it.
Had to stand there and take it.
Put his head down.
That's all he could do, man. Cause they say, I mean, I ain't witnessed it, but they say Butler used to whoop you through shifts. If they have to whoop you, when the next shift come on, they whoop you again. So I was so glad I went through OCI. Tampa had to deal with Butler.
Right.
I was so glad to go through OCI. I ain't know what to do.
So when you got the Butler, they treated you a little bit different because y'all had to be processed. Y'all would have been transferred.
Yeah. So you know we went through the reception center at OCI, but then it's like with the Fed, how they call a holdover.
Mm-hmm.
We was held over there for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So they put us like in the open bed and all, but the bitch was strict, but I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was clean. For it to be old, that bitch was clean. I kind of liked it, they food too.
No, they do. No, they do feed up that mother.
Boy, I had some fish and grits one, boy. I like their food.
They treat you so bad, at least gonna feed you.
Yeah.
Don't they give you like 5 minutes to eat though?
Yeah, but guess what, Darrell? They might give it to you the first time, the second time, you need 5 minutes. You be ready to get up here. 5 minutes, you be ate that shit before 5 minutes.
They say row one get up, row two get ready.
That's how they do, but you be done ate it. Like, you be done ate it, man.
Yeah.
So you went to state prison, you went to Lancaster, right?
Yeah.
How that experience was at Lancaster?
Man, when I first got in Lancaster, when you go in that bitch is like a old, you go through the bike. That bitch got like a school, you like, man, this bitch here, man. This bitch here ain't nothing here. Bruh, when I got out there on the yard, when I tell you Lancaster was nice, because you know, the state joint, they ain't got no ACs and all that. They might have them now with them new private, but back then, it was hard to find one.
Yeah, it's a couple of guys.
But Lancaster had AC. And at the time, Tampa and Jacksonville was the two biggest cars on the yard. Tampa and Jacksonville. Jacksonville was real deep up there. But Tampa and Jacksonville. But it was straight. But like I say, I'm a youth offender. I'm getting CRD. That's when you might get 260 days game time every week. So them little 30 months I had, I think I spent more time in the reception center than I did at Lancaster.
Yeah. So then you got out. What year you got out?
I got out of Lancaster 92.
92. Then when you caught the Fed case?
98.
So you was out, what, 6 years?
Yeah.
So when you got out of Lancaster and you get back in the streets, and you have about a 6-year run.
But no, I ain't gonna say like a whole 6-year run, because you know a motherfucker might go to county, but most of my thing was driver's license.
Right.
Like I was bad with driver's license. Shit, I got my license. This how crazy it is. I got my license in 80. I got my license in 87. I might have had them 2 weeks before I get a ticket for running a stop sign. I didn't pay the ticket. I didn't get my license no more till 2017.
I got my license at 16.
I got them at 6, man.
But then it was
2017.
honor to get your license by 15, 16.
Yeah, everybody got
It's
them.
mandatory.
15. You know, because we used to go to driver's ed in summer school and get the license, go take the test and go get the license, then get you the permit. I got my permit. I ain't even get my license. I got my permit and got a box here. And about a month later, I done got a ticket and ain't paid.
That what happened to me.
I ain't get my license till 2019.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't get like I was so bad with the driver license thing till all the little circuit judges knew me by name. Cause when I get a ticket for that, man, I'm going to trial. I ain't finna plea out. I'm going all the way to trial. Soon as the trial date come, I don't show up. They gonna give me a failure to appeal. I go bond out. They start the cycle over. Man, but
So you caught the 30 months. You get out. In about 5.5 years, you catch a federal case.
yeah,
How much drug was involved?
100 and it was 127 grams. They say.
127 grams.
Yes.
And that gave you how much time?
They gave me a life sentence
They gave you a life sentence?
because I had 2 trial charges, convictions.
2 prior dope convictions.
Yeah. And that what did it. That's why I tell people about that enhancement. Like you have to know. And the sad part about it, I didn't actually sell the drugs. I was indicted as a suspected supplier. Yeah.
So you didn't actually physically get caught with anything,
No.
and you got a life sentence.
Yeah.
So that's what we want y'all to understand, man. This is how easy it is to get caught up. So basically, the feds came and picked him up. He ain't made no control by none of that, but he's a suspected supplier and get a life sentence. You went to trial?
Yeah.
Cause you know why? Cause somebody said his name.
Yeah. See, the Fed, well, you know, it's crazy. And then the messed up part about it is, back then, I don't really know how they doing it now, but back then, when motherfuckers tell on you, whatever dope they tell them people that you had,
They accumulate.
they give you that dope. They actually give you that dope.
So 4 or 5 people say, I got 5 ounces from him. Oh, I got 10 ounces from him. I got a half a brick. So now when they pick you up,
You charge with all them drugs. So it's tough. Like, and I'm gonna tell you why it's like that, because a lot of black families, they don't rally for certain things. That's just like they used to have an LSD law that was strict like that for the white guys, but they family with the rallying. But with black families, and I kind of understand it too, because before I went to the Fed, if I heard somebody went to the Fed, the first thing on my mind, boy, he done fucked up, the Fed got it.
Right.
But when you actually get a Fed case and deal with the Feds, man, that's the biggest kangaroo court it is. It ain't no fair. You don't get a fair shake in the Fed.
No.
Once they go to the grand jury and get that indictment, the ball is in their court. So for a motherfucker going to a Fed, hey, ain't no need to get no lawyer. Ain't no need of doing none of that. It's a waste of time.
Cause you gonna be stuck between them guidelines.
The guideline, that's what it is. You ain't getting over it. You ain't getting up under it.
And the only way you get out them guidelines, you gotta have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
To get out them guidelines. Cause it's only, if you just say you play out right now, KC, they gonna take the 3 levels off for accepting responsibility and that there. Other than that, your 3 levels, you locked in for that. If you try to get under that, hey, Mr. KC, we need to have a conversation. What you know about Darrell or Jabba or da-da-da-da. Cause you know that's the only way you gonna get in. Then once they get picked up, that's when you get a time cut or however else they get your money off of there, or you get released. But other than that, them guidelines, you was locked into that.
Yeah, and it's crazy. But when I kind of look back on it, and it's crazy, I'm finna say this, but man, that experience probably saved my life though.
Right.
It could have, man. It could have, because like I say, when you ain't value life, man, I did not.
So you saying the whole 23, it couldn't have took 10 to change you. You had to do all of it. The grasp the severity of it.
No,
so you
I
saying
think, I ain't saying 10 years wouldn't have changed me. But what I'm saying is I think the sentence what did it. Because now I was at a point the way, but it's what it is. But I can't say if I'd have went to the Fed and probably would have.
But D, when we were locked up, not to cut you off, you weren't like we were talking. You weren't lucid. You weren't lost in thought. With a license, nobody would never know you had a license because you still had all your senses and function, and you still could relate and still were relevant.
But you got to understand, when you a man, certain things you got to deal with it because it's there.
But I mean, it couldn't deal with it.
It's a lot of them couldn't deal with it because it's the strongness of the mind. But the reason why I say that, had I got a 10-year sentence,
I wouldn't have did that to you.
If that's what I'm saying, had I got a 10-year sentence, I probably could have went and did 5 or 6 years and got the drug program, went to the halfway house. Man, that's a good chance. Knowing me, I'd have been bike trapping. Yeah, I'm just being real. I'd have been bike, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, man, come on, man. It's like, you'll have people like, they don't understand the bonds that people in prison or the Fed or whatever get.
Well, I say Fed because I know in the state they make bond, but in the Fed, y'all be around each other so long. In the penitentiary, you be around each other so long. It had to go through so much and stand shoulder to shoulder, bite to bite, that it get like this. You like love them like family. Cause if you don't have my bike or I can't depend on you, something might happen to me while I don't make it home.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's the bond. It's like, because you know, we was able to see each other go through pain and different situations, and you could look at a person you be around every day. He might not say nothing, but you can know it's something on his mind. So even if you come over there and just tell a joke, that'll brighten your day. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that, and people be like, well, man, you know, you don't have to really see him mess with them with certain dudes. Like, because I feel I know these dudes.
Listen.
I know these dudes. I know these dudes because when it wasn't nothing, they was there. See, when I get out, I mean, what we really, I look at it like we really don't really have too much to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, D, do you remember when I went to the hole when me and JJ got in the fight?
Mm-hmm.
So I had went to the hole, KC, for like 30 days. So in the midst of me going to the hole, my mama died. Like, she died, like, right before I went to the hole. She was moving to Jacksonville, so I talked to her. She like, you think I should move to Jacksonville? I said, all right, Mom, we'll talk about it later when I come back in. I'm finna go to Rick. So boom. So I'm going over here to holler at JJ because we're having a little disagreement. So we end up getting in a fight. So now I go to the hole. So boom, while I'm in the hole, my mama died. So boom. So I guess the word get on the compound. So when I get out of the compound, I see a couple of my partners. They come out, hey, well, what's up? They got a big car like this big. Man, everybody on the compound signed this card, man. Man, send this assist, man. God, so, man, that shit just touched my heart. Like, everybody said, man, send their condolences, da-da-da-da. I said, damn, man. Like, it was like a family. Like, everybody felt.
That's what people don't understand. Like,
and I still got this card. They sent my sister seen the card. She started crying. Like, everybody send their condolences. Like, dang, man. Soon as I got in the hole, like they already had this stuff waiting. Like Rural, the guy on the compound, man, Jabba Mama done died. And then everybody had the car. You done signed everybody like, damn, man, they don't even know how to just touch it.
And that's how it be, because y'all really, man, y'all family, because it's deep, man. It's, you know, people get out here could tell the story, and I'm not saying this here, you know, for no clout or none of that. I just want some of the young people to, like, man, just think about some of the things, you know. I can't tell you what to do because you're grown, but you got to think about a lot of things you do. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You